Yes, we had a long wait, but I think it was worth it. So Buddy finally has his new panniers, and I think they look really great. And yeah, thank you to Motors Meteor for taking such good care of me as usual and doing such an excellent job. Yeah, there's a little bit of grease on the panniers, of course, so I need to get them cleaned off when I get home. Anyway, so the plan now is I'm going to ride home. On the way home, I'll pick up a little bit of shopping. That'll be a good test for the panniers. And then when I get home, I'll just show you the panniers in a bit more detail and show you some of the features, which are really quite impressive. So yeah, I'm very happy with them. Let's go home, get some shopping, and I'll join you back at home with Ruby running about the garden. See you in a bit. So shopping successfully done. Now I'm just going to show you yeah, how these panniers, how practical or not practical they are. Now probably in a lot of ways they have less volume than my previous panniers. In fact, I'm sure they do, and I can show you the reason why. So you have kind of these sort of odd shapes inside, so it's not all free space. So what you have to do when you put your shopping in, you have to kind of optimize it so that everything's kind of there where the gaps are, you know what I mean, because it's just not a flat surface inside, so you just have to kind of jiggle about. So that's a little bit of a pain, but it's okay once you get used to it. Another thing to bear in mind is these open and closing doors. They have two catches, they have one at the front and one at the rear, which both need to go into the corresponding holes. So that's just something to be aware of. You have more than one latch, and yeah, you do have to kind of, depending on what shape your luggage is, you might have to move stuff about before you can get the doors to close. But yeah, that's fine. So anyway, that's the shopping done. We're going to go home now, and then I shall just show you some of the features of these Royal Enfield Deluxe long haul panniers. So we managed to get home with 2 bags of shopping, so the panniers passed that test. I had a bottle of wine in each pannier just to reduce the risk. You know, if I'd have lost one, I'd have still had another bottle. You know, these things are important. But yeah, so as we've pointed out already, the irregular shapes inside the panniers do mean that you lose a lot of practical space. But there's a lot of things to like about these panniers. The main thing is, I think aesthetically they're going to be unbeatable. So you can see here that they've actually sculpted the pannier down and away to leave you plenty of room to put your hand on the grab rail for getting the bike on and off the centre stand. I was worried about how much room I'd have, but because they've sculpted out this part of the pannier, you've got plenty of room for your hand. Another interesting thing is, with this mounting kit, you do actually now end up with a rear grab rail for the rear passenger. So if you've got a passenger that likes to have the grab rail at the rear, you get one. Yeah, you can just about get your fingers up and under it. So yeah, that's quite a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting that. It might also be another place where you can attach some bungees or something if you have a bag on the seat. So yeah, this was a nice bonus to find out that we have this rear grab rail now. Another thing which is very nicely done is they've scalloped out here the pannier so that the indicators are kind of recessed in there. So again, just makes it look like the panniers were designed for the bike. Now, as you can see here, the curve of the pannier almost exactly follows the curve of the rear mudguard, and where the pannier ends here is almost exactly where the mudguard ends. So that's like a really nice integrated look. So aesthetically, I think these are going to be almost impossible to beat, if not impossible. They look fantastic. Of course, you have the Royal Enfield logo as well. Hello Ruby, you like the new panniers, don't you? She loves the new panniers, especially because there were some dog treats in them when I arrived home, weren't there? Yeah, you're a big fan of panniers. So when you open the panniers, this is what you're left with. So there's a net here to try and stop stuff falling out. Stuff could fall out if you've packed very high, possibly here, but normally I don't think that would be a problem. So yeah, you've got this netting which is kind of velcroed in. You're getting robbed of a lot of space here because of the shape of the moulding of the panniers. In practicality terms, my other panniers were actually better because they were top loading and they were square, so you could just pile stuff in, you know, from the bottom up to the top until you could no longer close the lid. So you could get a lot in there. With these panniers, with the irregular shapes on the back side, I think you're going to struggle to get an awful lot in there. You certainly got no chance of getting a helmet in here. Well, I wouldn't have thought so. My helmet certainly wouldn't fit. So yeah, that's a bit of a downside. So I wouldn't say they were the most practical panniers, not by a long way. They're not as capacious as they could be, let's put it that way, because basically you're losing a lot of volume here with all of these shapes that they need to fit them properly. The interesting thing here is you have, as I showed earlier, 2 latches here. There's one there and there's one there. And yeah, I tried to close the pannier with the key to be nice and gentle with it, but frankly that doesn't really work. The best way to do it is to push this bottom one in. Make sure you get this one in. That goes in with a nice click quite easily. And then you come up the top end and this is still not clipped in. So sometimes if the pannier is very full, you might have to lift the door a little bit. But I found really the only way to get this front latch to go in is to do this. So there you go. So yeah, I tried to do it nicely by turning the key and just pushing it shut. But the front catch just doesn't go in when you do that. So yeah, you probably need to just give it a bit of a thump. Another area where these panniers aren't super practical is I did think they might have some kind of a quick release mechanism so that you could, if you were going for a ride where you didn't need the panniers to save weight and improve aerodynamics, you could just take them off and leave them in the garage. But no, they are actually bolted in. There's no quick release whatsoever. So they're a permanent fixture. Once you have them fitted, you're not going to be taking them off for the odd ride. They're on for the duration. So that was a little bit disappointing. I did think they'd have a quick release mechanism of some sort, but they don't. Yeah, so so you do have to give them a bit of a thump. But yeah, Buddy's looking good from the rear now. He's got a bit of a fat backside, but it's pretty sexy. It's like he's got big hips or something, isn't it? And yeah, I do like the way the lines of the panniers follow the lines of the bike. So I'm very happy with that. So for me, they're fine, because obviously I haven't bought them for luggage capacity. I've really bought them for the looks, and there's enough room in there to take my vlogging gear and everything I would need for a day ride. I think if you were creative, you could fit enough in there to go away for the weekend. But it's not really, these are not touring panniers. I mean, you can't go and do a European tour, I wouldn't have said, with the volume, the practical volume that you're left with. I don't think there's enough room in there. If you need a lot of luggage capacity, I think you'd be much better off getting some soft bags. You can stuff a load of stuff in there. So yeah, that would be my recommendation. If you really need proper luggage capacity, get some soft bags. But if you just want the aesthetics and a little bit of storage space for your gloves, your sunglasses, everything you take with you on a day ride, these would be absolutely perfect for you. And they just look so good. I mean, compared to the ones that we had on there before, they look fantastic. So I'm happy with them in terms of the way they look. Slightly disappointed in terms of practicality. The way they open and close is all a bit primitive. The fact that there's no quick release mechanism is a shame. And yeah, you do lose a lot of volume with the odd shapes that are inside the panniers, so they're not as big as you think they might be. I've managed to get 2 bags of shopping in there and get them home without the door falling open. So yeah, very good. Oh, apropos the door falling open, yeah, you do need to be quite careful that you have both latches latched fully in. When I left Almeria, I thought I had, but when I stopped to fiddle with my camera, I noticed that this front latch had popped out. I'd probably gone over a pothole or something, and that was enough to make this one pop out. So obviously it wasn't all the way in. So yeah, what I've discovered now is if you put the bottom one in first, push that in, and then just line this top one up, just give it a good thump, and it should go click, and then it should be okay. So yeah, just be a little bit wary to begin with until you get the hang of it, because it wouldn't be nice if your pannier door fell down while you were riding and people started honking their horn at you and flashing their lights. So yeah, the latch is, yeah, it's a little bit of an acquired taste, but over time I'm sure you'll get used to them and they'll prove to be reliable enough. So having said that, the panniers look really great on the bike and that they're, in terms of their capacity, not super practical, what did they actually end up costing me, fitted as they are here? Well, for the fitting kit, the panniers and the fitting, I paid a grand total of just about 690 euros. Now, it seemed like a lot of money at the time when I was asked to stump it up, but on the ride home I was thinking about it actually, and for two nice quality panniers and a fitting kit fitted, under 700 euros is pretty decent really. So yeah, not the cheapest option, but I certainly think the price is justified. So there you go, that's my quick review of these Royal Enfield Deluxe long haul panniers. 8 months in the making. It was 8 months before the fitting kit finally arrived. So the panniers were in stock, but the fitting kit wasn't. But it was worth the wait for the way Buddy looks. And he's now extremely happy with his new panniers. Thank you very much for watching. I'm off now to get Ruby a sausage. Take care until the next one. Bye bye. Oh, just a funny story I forgot to mention just now. Yeah, when I arrived back at Motos Mattia, they just finished the bike and they were wheeling it out onto the pavement and they were stood around it taking photos. And they said to me, "You have definitely got the most gorgeous Meteor out there. Look how good those panniers look." They said they were skeptical when I ordered them because they'd seen them on the 650, and on the 650 they do really look perfect. And like me, they had a suspicion on the 350 they might seem a bit bulky, but they really don't. And the fitting kit puts them in a really great position. So yeah, it's just a little story for you. I arrived to find people taking photographs of my bike. Right, now I'm definitely off because Ruby's heard me. See, she's waiting impatiently now for a sausage. So stay tuned, Ruby's going to get a sausage right now. This week's sausage is kindly sponsored by Rene Boll. Thanks, Rene. Yeah, thanks. So, Ruby, thank you for helping me to show my new panniers to everybody. What do you think? Yeah, they look well good. Now give me that sausage. Yeah, okay, you have been waiting a rather long time. Here you go. Oh, nice sausage, this one. Hey, hey, great sausage. Oh, yeah, tasty. Any more? Cracking.